Thank you, Mayor. It's Hieftje. I'm going to get it right before I leave. Really appreciate that. I just wanted, in closing, to thank everyone here for the very warm Michigan welcome and for the enthusiastic embrace of the goal of doubling energy productivity between now and 2030. I started the day by saying that Mayor Hieftje was the first mayor in the country to sign the commitment, the pledge to double energy productivity. I'm pleased today that the second mayor in the country was Mayor Hartwell from Grand Rapids, who signed up. And by the way, we've had more people take the pledge today than we have in any of our stops thus far. So thank you all very much for that. I also want to thank the commissioners for coming and sitting through the entire day with us. If every public utility commission in the country could come and spend a day listening to the creative ideas, the hard work, the commitment, the benefits to the people they serve from energy efficiency, I think that rather than having utilities investing about $6 billion in the US now, it'd be double or triple that. So I really thank them. I also wanted to note that Commissioner White and Commissioner Talbot both asked questions of various of the panels about, well, what's the best policy to put in place, or how important is education as a strategy versus investment and modernization? And I wanted to go back and really highlight what I think I heard in response from the panel. And it was Peter with Dow, I think, that started giving a lot of different ideas about it. But if you listened to what people said, it's not one single silver bullet that's going to get you there in terms of policy. It really is a comprehensive set of policies that are built around the three strategies of invest, modernize, and educate. So if you start thinking about that, we look at a virtuous circle of policy. You have to invest in research, development, and demonstration to keep new technologies coming into the pipeline and getting them out of the lab and into the marketplace. Once you have them there, you need incentives to get a toehold in the market. And we've heard a lot of talk about rebates. We haven't talked today about tax incentives, but that's another way and another path forward on it. Once you have that technology ready to go, you need education and outreach in a big way. And Energy Star is probably the premier example of that in the United States, so that people know and can understand and begin to purchase a product that's more energy efficient. Once you've got enough of a toehold in the market and you've spread it enough and the technology's cost effective, that's when you lock it in with codes and standards. And we've done a lot of talking about that today. And the fifth pillar of that virtuous circle of policy is something that we've had shining examples of here, and that's government leadership, leadership by example. And so if you take that in the whole, and there's a lot of different ways to approach those different strategies, we believe you can actually double energy productivity between now and 2030. And oh, I wish they still had the mayor's house up, because I'd like to see everyone in America living in a home like that. Thank you very much for your time. If you are interested in partnering with the Alliance, you're already going to be invited to join us as e-advocates by having come here. You can delist yourself, but we will be reaching out to you occasionally when we need help with national policymakers. We're probably going to be reaching out to you next week, because there's a comprehensive energy efficiency bill in the Senate, the Shaheen-Portman bill, that the senators are trying to get back up for consideration by the Senate. So we'll be reaching out, asking you to help. If you don't know the Alliance, want to know more about us, there are three of us in the audience, and I'd like to have them stand because they also helped the Herb Institute put this together. We've got Lindsay, Courtney, and where's Nicole? And oh, and we actually have Maria Ellingson in Ohio here with us. Please join me in a round of applause for them helping out today. I think this is the start of a great partnership, and I have the Herb Institute, Tom Catania, to thank for that and for helping to make this happen. So thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to a great energy productive future together.
Thank you, Kateri.
Thank you.
And so I'll bring this meeting to a close by saying thank you all for coming. Thank you, Kateri. It was a pleasure working with the Alliance, and I hope we will continue to work with you on future work. Putting something together like this is a product of a team. Kateri called out her team. I'd like to call out ours. So Emma, Terry, Stacy, Jackie, would you please stand up and say thank you very much for the work. Well done. And I would also like to call out Tom Catania, especially for all the hard work you've done to make this happen. Thank you very much, Tom.
And Andy, if I could, let me also point out that Matt Knott is with us, and he had a big part in for the city side of
Okay.
getting this organized.
Yes, Matt, stand up, please. Now, this isn't the end, it's the beginning. You all are getting to learn what the Herb Institute is all about, and we really are about trying to be a convener, a neutral convener on conversations like this. So no rest for the weary. We actually have a working group meeting at 3 o'clock to plan the next event, which is June 25th, which will be our second inaugural or second annual conference on energy futures for the state and the nation. And I was wondering if I could get the steering committee for that to just stand up and be recognized.
No.
So we will keep you posted on that. This is an ongoing conversation. We don't plan to finish or solve the energy problem tomorrow, but maybe by June 26th we'll have it all worked out. Thank you very much for coming, folks. Have a good day.